Students, in this video, we are going to see Tight Corners by E.V. Lucas. What is tight corner? Tight corner means difficult situation. In this lesson, Tight Corners, E.V. Lucas points out that tight corners can be both mental as well as physical. But the mental tight corner is too much to bear. First, let's see about the author. E.V. Lucas was born on 1868 and died on 1938. He was an English humorist, essayist, playwright, biographer, publisher, poet, novelist, and short story writer. He was a versatile and popular English writer. He was most celebrated for his short essays. In this humorous prose, the writer confesses how he was bailed out of a humiliating experience by a sudden stroke of luck and thus got relieved from a tight corner he had foolishly walked into. Let's get into the lesson. Once, the narrator and his friends were discussing about their tight corners. His friends shared their physical tight corners. One man had been caught by the tide in Brittany. Another had been on an elephant when a wounded tiger attacked it. A third had been on the top story of a burning house. A fourth was attacked in a war. All these incidents talk of physical problems, which are claimed to be tight corners. But the author cites from his personal experience an example of a mental tight corner which almost took him to the brink of public disgrace at an auction house at Christie's. An auction was in progress at Christie's. The author and his friend were passing along King Street after having lunch at a club. He persuaded the author to peep in the auction room, where Barbizon pictures were on sale. Each picture was sold at 2 to 3,000 pounds. The author had only 63 pounds in the bank. He knew very well that the amount which he had was not enough for bidding. Yet, the author found himself bidding just for fun. The author's friend cautioned him that he may get caught, but he was overconfident that he was not going to run any risks. By that time, a new picture was put on sale. A rich man bid 4,000 guineas for the picture. All the previous bids had been started with the most moderate sum of 50 guineas or 100 guineas. This particular picture was started with an astounding sum of 4,000 guineas. There was a silence in the auction hall. They were all surprised at the sudden hike in the opening bid amount. But foolishly, the author said, "and 50. So as usual, the narrator, just for fun, raised the bid by 50 guineas more. He expected competitors to hike the price and save him from trouble. But there was a stunned silence. As 4050 was a huge amount, everyone was shocked. Students, here instead of 4050, it is written 4500. So it is 4050. The auctioneer, after waiting for a few minutes of silence, clinched the deal with a hammer saying, 4050 guineas offered. The author's blood congealed in obvious horror. The auctioneer asked for an advance for the bid. Unfortunately, the picture was sold to the narrator as he made the highest bid. He had to pay 4050 guineas, the top price of that day. His friend was unable to control his laughter and he left the place. Now, the narrator got into a tight corner by his own folly. Whoever had bid came and paid for the picture and collected the painting. The author stayed behind at the end of the queue, feverishly thinking of the next steps. He was trying to recall uncles and aunts who might lend him the required money. But deep within, he realized that his contacts and relatives would not give him money. He thought of confessing his poor financial status to the auctioneer himself, but he was scared. Suddenly, someone came and politely asked the author if he was the one who had made a bid for that particular painting. The author confirmed it. He asked the author if he would take 50 guineas from the man who had made a bid for 4050 guineas. So what happened here? The rich man who made the bid of 4000 guineas was ready to offer additional of 50 guineas for the picture. The narrator was very happy and relieved. He could have embraced him and wept for joy. Yet, he had the presence of mind to demand 50 more guineas, that is 100 guineas. The narrator got the check and also saved from humiliation. The author and his friend were laughing at the sudden turn of the events. People who take calculated risks may get away, but those who take high risks usually find themselves in tight corners. The author was lucky, but everyone may not have similar luck. Thank you.